Back at it again. Yes, and damn, it's been quite a day. Dealing with this Trump shit is and the state of the world. Really, the state of the world. The news. The news is happening, and it's very aggressive. It's how much of this shit though with Trump can you keep up with? Not much, because it's like a wrecking ball. You just have things falling and happening all over the place. And it is amazing because, I personally don't know how people could experience this, because I'm living outside of the US. I'm an American citizen, but I would not know how to live in the US and experience this. I'm curious, like, how does it feel to be in the US on the ground while this shit is going on? Because that is the one thing that I don't have to fucking deal with. And, I'm really, really blessed, and I'm thankful for that I live outside of my own country. I've always missed living in my country. When I go back and I travel to my place of birth, my home country, my hometown, Washington, D.C., when I go back and I'm in the country, I'm always going around the country, traveling to different parts of the country. And I love my country. I love it because I've traveled to a lot of places, and I know that America, the United States of America, it's a beautiful thing to be able to travel around, see the nature, have the freedom to go far distances, go to different geographical spaces, see the different land, the mountains, the lakes, the beaches, the just everything, the desert even. I actually know what it's like, and it's a beautiful place. The large animals. The US has big animals in it, wild animals. That's not everywhere in the world. Trust me, it is not everywhere in the world. And so when you see that stuff and you travel around and you find out that it's not every country that has a capital city like DC. DC is a beautiful city. It is one of the most beautiful capital cities in the world. And one of the things that sets it apart is it has trees and a natural park that run right through it. Like, straight up, DC has buck, big buck deer running through it in the wintertime, walking down the street, like, straight up. You know what I'm saying? And when you grow up there, you get a chance to go to Haynes Point. You know what I'm saying? You get a chance to go down on the mall, take your girlfriend down on the mall just as a kid, a teenager, all that shit. It's fly. But I still don't know what it's like to be living in the US right now, in any part of it, experiencing this bullshit with Trump. So if you think that it's wonderful experience walking around the US right now, and you're in it and you think it's just fine, go ahead and let me know. If you think shit is a little strange, let me know that. And also, by the way, when you come in the chat today, if you get a chance, check out one little note that's up there. There is a survey, right? There's a poll, and the poll is about this. Right now, that discharge bill for Jeffrey Epstein to release the Epstein files, right? Unredacted, except with the only exception being the victims. That discharge bill has 217 signatures from congressional members. It only needs one more to go through. And you can best believe Donald Trump is sinking in his boots. He probably would release a nuclear bomb right now if he could avoid that. So, folks, let me know in the chat, take the poll, and let me know. Do you think, do you think one more congressional member should sign that bill to make it 218 and make it official? Or do you not? I have to ask that because there's loads of people that support Trump that come in the chat. So, do you still want the Epstein files released or not? We already know the Dems want the left wants the Epstein files released. with exception of a few. I don't mean far left because maybe they're, but we know the right. We know the Trump supporters. They might get fickle. They might change their mind on the Epstein files. So you MAGA folk, you let me know what you think. Do you want one more congressional member to make it official or not? Or forever hold your peace? I mean, I'm sure a lot of them are going to forever hold their peace. But in any case, on to the news. This is so hilarious. But yes. So the question of hate crime. Before we get into that, because there's a lot of nasty shit to cover. Before we get into that, there's something that's really, really pathetic that I never really had a chance to cover. And it's ludicrous. It's ludicrous. And that is this man's shit right here in Valhalla. I mean, what did you all think? What did you all think about this dumbass's speech? Where he tells Charlie Kirk, "I'll see you in Valhalla." Excuse me, can we analyze this for a second? Isn't that the weirdest damn thing you have ever? I mean, is this guy a pick me? Is Cash Patel a pick me? Tell me. He acts like a pick me if you ask me. I mean, this dude is really begging to fit in. He's really begging to fit in that right wing landscape to the point to the point where he has folks tripping out like Cash Patel's Valhalla message for Charlie Kirk explained as he faces backlash. I mean, please let me know what the hell you think about Charlie Kirk. But in any case, you should know. You should know this is crazy. You should know that the Irish Star, yes, in Ireland, they literally are writing about this and they found it ridiculous. And let's see here. Let's go into it. During the news, we got more. We got the hate crime shit coming up. Don't worry, because it is terrible, the situation right now. But during a news conference announcing the arrest of Tyler Robinson, Patel spoke triumphantly about the investigation, saying, "This is what happens when you let good cops be cops." Like people were interfering with cops. Okay, right. I got you, Cash Patel. What a fucking sellout. Um, the eyes of the world were on the FBI director. That's what I mean by a pick me. I think it's because, I don't know, because it is really weird, but he acts like a pick me, like he's trying to impress everyone to show that he is also with oppression. Please let me in the club. I mean, come on, what kind of comment is that? Like, this is what happened when you let good cops be cops. Dude, what the hell? What the hell are you talking about when you let good cops be cops? I mean, this dude knows all about the United States of America. Again, a lot of these right wingers know a lot about the United States of America and what it needs to fix it. We're just going to whip you into shape. But this guy is a first generation immigrant and he's already ready to whip them all into shape. He's already with the right wing ready to just whip everybody into shape. But that's Cash Patel because he's a pick me. But the eyes of the world were on the FBI director as they announced an end to the manhunt for the person responsible for assassinating the father of two. Yes. Yes. Do you think Cash Patel really meant that shit? Let me know. Do you really think Cash Patel really meant that "see ya" and Valhalla thing? Do you think that's genuine or do you think that's just being a pick me trying to fit in? Okay. However, Patel emotionally closing the statement, emotionally closing statement drew a lot of attention. He said, "Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk, rest now, brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla." But isn't he supposed to be a government civil servant? Like, why is he calling the dude brother? I mean, were they friends? Is that what he's saying? Like, this is the weirdest thing to me. I just think it is. I don't know. Is he really saying to these people, You're stupid. I'm going to fool you. And this is what I have to do to fool you. Say something corny like that. See you later, brother. I'll see you in Valhalla. See you in Valhalla, brother. Okay, Cash Patel. To me, it seems like he's hiding a whole fucking lot. You know, you don't have to kiss people's ass to have their respect, Cash Patel. This is really, really weird, man. It's desperate almost. But let's see here. Let's see what they say. I'm sorry. Let's see what they say here. I thought this was so funny, and I guess in some these days it's good to start off with something funny. All right, so during the news conference announcing the arrest of Tyler Robinson, Patel spoke triumphantly about the investigation, saying, "This is what happens when you let good cops be cops." Sure, yeah, copper. Okay, copper. Yeah, we're just going to whip them in and just arrest all the criminals. We're going to clean up crime. Yeah. Naturally, people wonder what Patel meant by Valhalla. Do you guys know what he mean by Valhalla? What does he mean by Valhalla? Tell me, because I think I know what Valhalla is. I live in the Nordic lands. I know what it is. Anybody can know what it is. But I want to know, what the fuck is it when he's saying it? That sounds so weird. Is it what I think it is, or is it some other bullshit? Okay. The term is rooted in Norse mythology. Exactly. And refers to a type of heaven for warriors. Yes, Cash Patel, you're in the fucking US. Okay. According to The Guardian, Valhalla has been referenced by everyone from Adolf Hitler to the rock band Zed Zeppelin. Ah, now I get the connection. Hitler. I get it, because it ain't Led Zeppelin. I don't know. I have to, is it Led Zeppelin? I don't know. I think it's Hitler with him. But y'all, remember to fill out the poll. Do you want one more congressional member? I mean, celebrate the Dems and the others who put this discharge bill on the floor for people to sign. Celebrate that, because this stinking backstabbing Donald Trump and his stinking Pam Bondi and his stinking Cash Patel did a total role reversal once they got into power and said, "Oh no, we changed our mind. We don't want to release the Epstein files." So celebrate the congressional members. They got 217 signatures in an environment where Donald Trump is threatening them with violence, basically threatening them with violence. If they get 218, they already got 217. They only need one more congressional member to sign it, and them Epstein files have to be released. So please sign the poll. Let's see how many people want to release. Look, there's already 18% that don't want to release. What is this? Who are you? Who are you? Write your name in the chat. If you say no, write your name in the chat. That would be interesting to know. But anyway, naturally, people wondered what Patel meant by Valhalla. The term is rooted in Norse mythology and refers to the type of heaven for warriors. He ain't no goddamn warrior, man. Stay the hell out of Valhalla, Patrick. Leave them alone, man. You don't deserve it. Okay, according to The Guardian, Valhalla has been referred to by everyone from Adolf Hitler to the rock band. I mean, I bet you he don't know a damn thing about Valhalla and just found out Hitler said it and he was like, fuck it, let me say this shit too. Maybe they'll trust me then if I quote Hitler. Okay, the statement from Patel raised many eyebrows, with people calling it cringe and others pointing out that it was actually ignorant. Thank you. At least somebody in Irish, is really going to put it out. In Ireland, I'm sorry, is really going to put it out there for folks. It was ignorant. Here it is. Here's y'all. Here's my Cash Patel impersonation. Rest now, brother. We have the watch. I'm sorry. We have the watch. And I'll see you in Valhalla. Cash Patel, the director of an agency that should know better than to say shit like this. This is literally what's written here. Check this out on Twitter. but do go on about how the left is stoking violence with their rhetoric. These are unserious people. Yes, that was written by Will Hoyd, by the way. So on the Jim on the Jim Stewartson wrote on X, right? I'll see you in Valhalla may be the single cringe thing I've ever seen. Okay, let's go on. What else going on here? Carly Kingsley wrote, an FBI director saying, see you in Valhalla about Charlie. Yeah, come on now. Let's get to the rest of this. I think it was the weirdest shit. Okay. Valhalla about Charlie Kirk isn't just cringe, it's ignorant. Valhalla is a sacred myth twisted by white supremacists as extremist code. It is. The actual Valhalla thing is actually pretty cool Norse stuff. But when you mix it with this white supremacy shit, they totally mangle it. It's like, what the fuck? What's wrong with y'all, man? Just in any type of bigots do that with everything. The nation's top cop should know better than to echo the language of a very group he's supposed to stop. This, I think, I'm gonna tell you something. I think he fooled MAGA people. I think he fooled MAGA people, and I'm gonna be honest when I say this. I think Kash Patel hates the United States of America way more than people think. And I think that's why he's projecting. I think that's why he says this, because maybe he does it to keep people off the scent. I don't think he likes the U.S. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I think people should be fucking worried about what his real motives are. But in any case, let's keep it going. Can we get more? Was there more of this article? Yes, there's a little bit more. Okay. So, in 2022, Peyton Gendron, the suspect in the killing of 10 people in a grocery store in Buffalo, New York, ended his manifesto with the language, God bless you all. I hope to see you in Valhalla. Kash Patel's out there quoting, he's out there quoting fucking hate crime murderers and shooters. Like, what the fuck? This dude is out there, man. You know, I would cringe if I saw his face. I would cringe, you know. If he was in any place that I was at, I would immediately leave the fucking room. I don't want to have nothing to do with a scumbag like Kash Patel. Like, this guy is lower than dirt. Like, lower, lower, lower. I can feel it. I can look at it and see it. You know, this is something not right. Anyway, Buffalo, New York. I mean, God, Buffalo, New York ended his manifesto. Right. Okay. So Patel chose to use the term in his speech was not only the thing that caused backlash this week. The FBI director was accused of mishandling the case after he prematurely and incorrectly announced they had captured the shooter. Okay, they captured. Yo, this guy is going to end up in the actual court hearing, in the jury. No, not in the jury. He's going to be a witness. He's going to be a witness for the defense because he said they caught the guy twice. That's a problem. He was supposed to say, we caught a suspect. A suspect has been arrested. He's not supposed to say we caught the guy. And this dumbass said it twice. So the defense is going to be like, yo, what did you mean when you said you caught the guy? And he's either going to have to look like a dumbass and explain to the world that actually he didn't know if that was the guy or not. You see, that's going to question just their investigative methods, just right off the top. And then he's going to have to explain why he did it twice. Man, something's wrong with this dude, yo. Straight up. Any fool would know you're not supposed to say that. Like, but they don't have any qualified people, so he wouldn't even know, you know, what he's supposed to say. It's terrible. It's actually terrible. Let me see. Let's go on. Let's see if there's more. Okay, I think that was it to this article, but I just wanted to open it up with that. I thought that was very interesting, and you know, it's also interesting in a very weird way. Now, Let's go into something more something more serious. Have y'all seen this? Y'all seen Duke got fired, right? Y'all see this? And he got replaced. Did y'all see this? The person who says Charlie Kirk said some not so great things gets fired. That's the dude that gets fired. Let's kill the homeless. That's the guy that gets a pass. So let's go into this. There's euphemization being talked about on Fox News. Now, see, the reason why I try to tell people all black people ain't the same and all white people ain't the same. Stop trying to put them all in one box because they all don't think the same, all don't have the same histories, all don't have the same languages, all don't have the same ideas, right? That it has its context if you want to talk about certain types of racism. But if you just want to always see people in this way, you're wrong, because this is a black man on TV saying, qualifying the other dude, a white guy, supposed, I guess, who's actually saying they should euthanize the homeless. This is what's going on right now. This is Nazi. They're playing around with Nazi shit. And this would be the coon. Listen to this. This is dastardly. This is dastardly.
Dollars to mental health and the homeless population. A lot of them don't want to take the programs. A lot of them don't want to get the help that is necessary. You can't give them a choice. Either you take the resources that we're going to give you, or you decide that you're going to be locked up in jail. That's the way it has to be now.
Or involuntary lethal injection.
Yeah.
And you hear him? That's the way it has to be now. That's the way it has to be now. Damn. I literally believe this guy doesn't want anyone to go into his own personal family life and his life experience. Why is it every once in a while you get people that come from a background that actually got help sometime, that actually needed help sometime and got it, and they be the worst to someone else that needs help? It is in fucking insane. I guarantee you, this is why you see it all the time. You got some of the right wingers are the weirdest people on earth, particularly in media. I mean, I'm talking about in media. You have a lot of projection, a lot of pick me, a lot of let me say things over the top so you pick me. A lot of things that's really weird. And you would think these are the most American, most staunch, like right wing people that are saying these absurd things. A lot of times you find out there's something totally different. Stephen Miller, for example. I don't want to go too far off of it, but because there's more to this homeless shit. Stephen Miller, what is he? First generation or second generation at most American, right? His family came here, the Jewish background, fleeing persecution in Eastern Europe from Russians. Came to the United States. Family got help from American taxpayers of all different backgrounds, right? They literally got help to settle from all American taxpayers from all different backgrounds, all different religions, all different class types. And he is out there trying to persecute immigrants. I mean, this regime has loads of hypocrites like that. And this brother to the left is one of them. But anyway, let's hear the comments.
Yeah.
Or something. Just kill him.
Yeah, Brian, why?
They have given big.
Did you hear him? This man, how can someone sit on Fox News and say just kill them? And all this dude had to do was say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Ooh, forgive me. This guy literally sat up on Fox News and said, just kill them.
Mental health and the homeless population. A lot of them don't want to take the programs. A lot of them don't want to get the help that is necessary. You can't give them a choice. Either you take the resources that we're going to give you, or you decide that you're going to be locked up in jail. That's the way it has to be now.
Or involuntary lethal injection or something. Just kill them.
Yeah, Brian, why?
They have given billions of dollars to mental health and the homeless population. A lot of them don't want to take the programs. A lot of them don't want to get the help that is necessary. You can't give them a choice. Either you take the resources that we're going to give you, or you decide that you're going to be locked up in jail. That's the way it has to be now.
Or involuntary lethal injection or something. Just kill.
Yeah, that's what he said. Now, as you can see, MAGA folk, they're not concerned about him being on national TV. Look at the chat. The MAGA people in the chat, they're not concerned with him being on national TV saying just kill them, talking about homeless people. No, no, no. This is how fucked up these people are in their goddamn brains. A lot of them are trolls, projecting, overdoing it. A lot of them are like, I would call them troll pick-me's, trying to overdo it, literally trying to overdo it and acting like any sensible human being wouldn't understand that saying just kill them is way over the top, is way past any norm of civilization. You are uncivilized to even say something like that. Seriously, in the Western world, you are uncivilized. You cannot say just kill them to homeless people in the richest part of the fucking world. You Nazi. This dude is sick, man. This dude is sick. And he said it on Fox News. He is an extremist. He's an extremist. He's an extremist. Here it is. And then you got the brother. I told you, all black people are not alike. I told you, you got the brother to the left. And he's actually co-signing this shit. He said, yep. After that, he's co-signing it. You see, this brother is no Martin Luther King. This brother has no heart. He has no heart. He has no spirit. He should be both of them should be utterly ashamed of themselves. And this is the right wing. Now think, what if they take that on the road to, let's say, any red state and start killing the poor homeless people? Would you be in favor of that? Would you be in favor of them doing that? Since this is who they claim to represent. They claim to represent the MAGA folk, right? They claim to represent the red states. MAGA folk, would you be okay with having the homeless people in the United States of America killed? If you are okay, and there's always going to be some trolls that say, yeah, but if you are not okay with what this man said, put a 1 in the chat. If you are not okay.
Mental health and the homeless population, a lot of them don't want to take the programs. A lot of them don't want to get the help that is necessary. You can't give them a choice. Either you take the resources that we're going to give you, or you decide that you're going to be locked up in jail. That's the way it has to be now.
Or involuntary lethal injection or something. Just kill them.
Yeah, Brian, why?
They have given billions of dollars to mental health and the homeless population. A lot of them don't want to take the programs. A lot of them don't want to get the help that is necessary. You can't give them a choice. Either you take the resources that we're going to give you, or you decide that you're going to be locked up in jail. That's the way it has to be now.
Involuntary lethal injection or something. Just kill.
That's what he said. Somebody in the chat said, play the whole context. Are you out your mind? That is the whole context. They talking about what to do about the homelessness. Okay. You didn't hear it. Well, that's what, play the context. People see, these MAGA people are always trying to, make it seem like someone is being misunderstood, like, that is exactly how, Charlie Kirk got shot, actually, pretending like he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing when he knows goddamn well what he's doing, preaching hate, and now they're sitting up and they know it too. MAGA knows it also. They ride between the line between the hate speech laws, because the hate speech laws in the U.S. are very, very passive, very, very passive. They are not that strong, actually, you know, and these people play that political line very, very well. So far, they're so comfortable with it. You can just be on Fox TV and like, yeah, let's euthanize these homeless people. Yeah, just kill them. That's the place people are living in. That's the place people are living in. But in any case, let's look at what happened. This dude got a slap on the wrist. He got a slap on the wrist, but everybody should see his face so you understand that this man wants to be a murderer of homeless people, all different kinds in the United States of America. So if you're poor, for him, it's a crime and you should be executed. You see, pretty much, you know. Now, he said it out of his mouth. Yeah, just kill him. You know, so this is the guy you're dealing with, Brian Kilmeade, right? And you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do right now? While I have this open, let me open my laptop. Don't forget to fill out the poll, right? Do you want the Epstein files released? So let me see here. Let me pull up something real quick because I just want to find out who this guy is. I want to find out his background. Hold on. Is Brian Kill M.A.? Because sometimes I find out that these people that are saying some of the harshest stuff, is he are like immigrants, damn near themselves. Is he an immigrant or his family? I'm serious. Like, I've really found some really weird stuff with this. Let's find out, because it's important to know. Look at this. Okay, let me see. How? And MAGA started this immigrant stuff, started, you know, judging everybody by their immigrant status and shit of color. So this is why I do. Normally, I would have never thought of this as an American citizen. To be honest with you, I grew up in an international city, heavily African American, which is Washington, D.C. And but I grew up with a lot of other people, too, from different backgrounds, German background, some Italian, some Irish, right? Many different, some Polish, like seriously. So I would have never thought of this stuff. I grew up with Caribbean people, some Caribbean folks, immigrants, but they grow up in DC. They're just the same. You see what I mean? Like, I never really thought about this stuff. Jewish people, immigrants and things. I never really looked at them as immigrants. When you grow up there, I never looked at them like that. And I never thought about it. I never cared. Good people are good people no matter where you're from, no matter where you grow up. But these MAGA people are the ones that brought in this thing about immigrants. So since they did, I always, when I hear one of these MAGA people on TV say some harsh shit, I learn to ask myself, are these like deep Americans like my family is? Like on both sides of my family that go all the way back to the colonial period of the United States? Or are they pick-me's? I'm telling you, look at this. How far back? Look, I'm telling you, there's something here. Now watch. His paternal grandfather, right? His grandfather on his father's side was born in 1905 in Ireland, just for the record. Okay. And he immigrated in 1925. Just so people know, he's talking about killing the homeless from Ireland. I thought Ireland were poor. I thought Irish were poor when they came, you know? You see what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? Like, this is like very, very weird. Yeah, he migrated to New York in 1925 and now he wants to kill the homeless, you know? He became a U.S. citizen in 1930, his grandfather, his paternal grandfather. So his immigrant connection on his father's side is one generation back, grandparent. And if you meant further back than that, great grandparents, I don't find. Okay, now let me see. Yes, maternal. Let me see something here. People need to put context on this. This guy basically is one generation back and he wants to kill homeless. He's even offering that up as an idea, as a possibility. It's terrible. But I'm just calling up some information real quick. It's coming. Don't forget to sign the poll. Let me take a look at the poll real quick. Yo, how many people fill out this poll? It said 80%. This has been on 82% and 18% for 10 minutes now, y'all. Come on now. If you in the chat, fill out the poll. Don't forget to fill out the poll. And if you fill out the poll. Fill out the poll. Let me see. Okay, so here's some more information. Maternal side goes back at least to Brian Kilmeade's mother, Mary Rose, who was born in Queens. Her family is Italian American, so her maternal immigrant roots trace to Italian ancestors in the early 20th century. Brian's mother, listed as Mary Rose, born in Ozone Park and raised in St. Albans, Queens, 1934, that appears in his biographical entries and her blah 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 blah. 1901. Okay. Genealogy entries show possible maternal grandfather. Okay. Immigrant generation in the early 1900s. Okay. So they migrated. His family goes back as early as the 1900s. Just this, the turn of the century. And they're already talking about killing homeless people. What if any of those homeless people fought in the Civil War, their ancestors? What if any of those homeless people fought in the War of Independence for the United States of America? What if any of those homeless people fought in the Korean War? What if any of those homeless people fought in World War II, their parents, their grandparents, right? What if any of those homeless people fought in Vietnam? What if any of those homeless people fought in Iraq? What if any of those homeless people fought in Afghanistan? What if any of those homeless people but died for this country? And this dude is literally talking about killing them, and his family are immigrants themselves from the turn of the century, just the 1900s. This is what I'm saying. I'm just saying this some bullshit. He is a pick-me. And again, I'm not judging immigrants because most immigrants don't think like him, are not hypocrites. But for the record, that's who this guy is when he makes that statement. Just so you know. Okay. Fox News Channel host Brian Kilmeade apologized on Sunday. Oh, boo-hoo, you apologized. Wow. Ooh. Kept your job, though. Fuck, this is insane. You just apologize for saying, yeah, kill me. Oh, really? Who are their bosses? Their bosses are like have no morals, no ethics, no care about American citizens' lives. You are nothing. For advocating for the execution of mentally ill homeless people in a discussion on the network last week, saying his remarks was extremely callous. Oh, boo-hoo, you don't say. Extremely callous, huh? What if somebody said that that's what they should do to you? You see these people? Kilmeade initial comment came on Fox and Friends episode. Went Fox and Friends. Oh, that's so nice. You just want to kill people. You're so nice. You're on Fox and Friends. Episode Wednesday and began getting widespread circulation online. Like it wouldn't. God damn. What else do you want to say? What else do you want to say? Damn, this dude is really trying to go viral. That's like, damn. What the hell? Yo, you got to go that foul to just go viral? People will do anything. People will do and say anything damn near. A host, the morning show he's hosting the morning show talking about just kill them. What? Just kill them on the morning show. Hey, everybody, good morning. Just kill them. Just kill the homeless, everybody. Kill the mentally ill. Good morning. How you doing? Good morning. Genocide. Hey, time to commit some genocide today. That's genocide he's talking about. You pick a particular group of people and you finish them. That is genocide. How can this man have a fucking job? Next thing you know, they will be asking the fucking, you know, European Union to have a moment of silence for him too. Anyway, Kilmeade initial comment came on the Fox blah blah blah. A host morning show was talking with the co-host Lawrence Jones. That's his name, Lawrence Jones, and Ainsley Earhart. Lawrence Jones, the pathetic piece of dump. Yeah, oh my God, you know, stab and murder of blah, blah, blah on the light of the rail train, Charlotte, North Carolina. A homeless and mentally ill man, DeCarlos Brown Jr., was arrested for murder, and the case received extensive attention on Fox following the release of the security video. Okay, let's go on. Come on. Jones was talking. Okay, wow. Hold on. Jones was talking. Right. Jones was talking on Fox. Okay, hold on. Damn, is it? Okay, during the appearance on the Fox and Friends Weekend Sunday show, Kilmeade said, I wrongly said they should get lethal injection. I apologize for that extremely callous remark. Okay, so right there. Do you think he should have apologized? If you think he should have apologized, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't think he should apologize, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to see what people think. If you don't think he should have apologized, put a 1 in the chat. If you do think he should apologize, put a 2 in the chat. And the remark is, apologize for what? For saying that they should involuntarily lethal inject homeless people. Just kill them. Right. And apparently he's saying this after a murder took place by a homeless person. You know, like, I mean, come on. If that's the case, is this guy really suggesting that you kill everybody that murders someone? Is that what he's suggesting? Because why would you just suggest it for the damn homeless people? Like, what is that all about? What's that all about? That is weird. That's really weird. I don't see any 1s in the chat, though. Okay, yeah, okay. Right. Nobody thinks he should apologize, apparently. Yeah, just to be clear, what am I talking about? Yeah, if you think he should have been fired, put a 2 in the chat. If you think this man should have been fired, put a 2 in the chat. I'm glad not too many people do. I'm glad people agree. That's a little over the top. Let me see here. Yes, I'm really shocked by that. I'm scared by that. And let me ask y'all something. Let me just read in the chat. For the people in the U.S., for the people that live in the U.S., that actually live in the U.S., you know, it's a lot of people that don't maybe, but for the people that do, let me peep your comments here so I can read them. Let me go over here. Let me know, how do you feel? How do you feel right now living in the U.S. and hearing people talk like this? Like, how do you feel like when you hear somebody on the morning show suggest to kill? Just don't get me wrong. He said it. He said that. He just said that. Like, why are they holding court on Fox Morning News TV suggesting to kill people? Like, I'm like, how do you feel when you hear that kind of stuff? Apology is not enough. Okay, hold on. Hennessy said, apology is not enough. How did they start thinking that way? Are they brainwashed? Yeah, I'm totally. I'm wondering. I wonder too. I just think it's extreme hate. They're promoting extreme hate. That's what I think, over the airways, and they're trying to get populations of people to fucking kill each other. That's what I really think. I think it's as bad as it could ever be. Everything that's wrong is wrong right now. Let me see. We didn't want our Charlie killed, so saying homeless people should be killed is just as bad. We got to start being fair. Yeah, and I don't think killing a person like Charlie is the answer either, and totally disagree with everything that he says. I think it's so wrong for him. I think he should have been put in jail. I think what he was doing is hate speech. I think there needs to be harsher penalties for hate speech, and because when you don't put harsh penalties on it, it's just you get permission to gaslight people about real pain that really exists. That's not cool for things people can't help. Becky said he's being authentic. I think we should appreciate that he isn't fake. Now we really know where he stands. Well, yeah, straight up. I feel you on that one. I feel you on that one. And I'm glad to see a lot of people believe he should be fired. Let me tell y'all something. No matter what, I read a lot of the comments. I do see the comments. I may not read them all live, but when I'm not having to, coordinate the shit that we're doing here, and bring up images to the screen and narrate, I actually do try to read the comments and I get inspiration from some of you all. So I don't take the negative feedback to heart because I know how fake trolls are. But it is good to see that there's some sensible people out there with some hearts. And I think ultimately that's what's going to win and save the day. Like we got to have hearts, man. We got to do better than this, We have to really do better than this. Hennessy said apology is not enough. How do they start thinking that way? Yeah, okay, I read that already. Let me go down here. Let me see. John said a proper apology to me. Do you have eyes? Can you read? That looks like a proper. No, he said, oh my God, John, what's up, man? John, John, come on, man. John Miss Shane, if I said that right, he said that looks like a proper apology to me. Do you have eyes? Can you read? Okay, John. All right. If that's what you think, man. Somebody see if that's a troll account, because I could never be out here in public saying nothing like that. Remember, this shit is public, y'all. People, just remember what you say is public. I agree. Charlie Kirk deserved what he got. He spreaded nothing but hate and misogyny. Well, damn, man, you really think that? Like, who said that? Grasping for gingers? I don't believe well, I don't believe he necessarily deserved it, but I don't think he deserved it. But what I think is that he's insane for not knowing you would get violence for saying things like that. Like, that is just insane to not think that you wouldn't receive violence somehow, some way. Listen, if you preach hate, it's going to come back to you somehow. So it's better to preach love. It's better to preach tolerance. It's better to say positive words. You can do that. You can confront people you disagree with in a way that can change them if they really are being sincere. Because don't get me wrong, a lot of people are not sincere when they go into discussions, right? And they really just want to waste your time on topics like this. They know what they're doing is bad, and they're trying to pretend they don't know about it. But a real person that really is maybe ignorant or hasn't had the right person speak to them or talk to them about issues might be able to be changed if you confront it the right way. You know what I'm saying? But in any case, people have their opinion. But I'm pretty sure grasping for gingers is on some right wing stuff too. Like, I think so. I think so. I think I remember a comment from you. All right, so let me see here. Hennessy says, scared. I would not say that if God will it. Yeah. We are very tired of being unsafe in our neighborhoods. Oh, wow. Wow. We are very tired of being unsafe in our neighborhoods. I hear you. I agree with that. Where'd that comment go? Okay, that was NC. Yeah, okay. Okay. What is this? Okay, Fox News is entertainment. No one intelligent, no one, no intelligent viewer believes it. Cucker Tolson. That was CPT and Homer now, brother or sister. A lot of people believe it, unfortunately. That's how Trump got elected. People believe in Fox News and Elon Musk. The hoods are coming off. Oh yeah, the hoods are coming off, David. Not that well, it's easy for me to say I'm not scared, but I'm gonna tell you about this issue, and I'm sure a lot of people agree with me about this issue. Yo, pull that hood off, pull it off. Go ahead. Nobody is scared of you anymore. People have lived under threat of these type of people for a long time. Ain't nobody scared. Nobody's scared anymore. That's what I believe, right? This has been a long time where these people try to use violence, the threat of violence, and all the time, and it's getting a little tiring, So for me, I know one thing for sure. I would rather die than to bow down to a fascist. And I don't care if the fascist got a badge or not. Like, really, I'm serious. And because what these people are doing is insulting. But I would say, you know, people use your minds, and it depends on who you are. But right now, they can grab you up off the street, even an American citizen, and send you anywhere in the world with no explanation, with no one to stop them. And that is why I said what I'm saying. Like, I would rather die than to be in chains by one of these fascists. I'm just saying it like that, really. I don't care what their color is. I don't care if you got some black ones that just take a check and want to and agree with this shit. No, fuck all of that. Like, no, I'm not trying to live in chains. So that's my opinion about it. But I know a lot of people, that's not for them. That's not where they at with it. But the red hats are in fashion now. ETA, oh my God. He should be fired. Yeah, I believe he should be fired, James. Hate speech. Y'all do hate murder? I don't know what that means. Okay. So you could be put in jail for the exact same thing. I don't know, man. Who could be put in jail for the exact same thing? I think some people accuse me of hate speech. Nah, I think you're entirely wrong because, hate speech is about identifying groups of people and hating them. I'm not identifying groups of people and hating them. I'm making it clear every time I go live, all people aren't the same. So all groups of people aren't the same. I make it very live. All white people aren't the same. All black people aren't the same. All yellow people, Asian people aren't the same. All natives, all anybody is not the same. All straight people aren't the same. All gay people aren't the same. All blind people ain't the same. All disabled people ain't the same. All anybody's not the same. All men aren't the same. All women aren't the same. So I don't really know what that's about. You know what I'm saying? I don't even have any. I don't have any idea. And I live by that creed. You have to show me yourself. Show me your character. I don't just automatically assume because somebody looked that they a certain way they have character. Period. Let's see here. Okay, so let's move on now. I hope people sign this poll. I'm really interested in knowing about the poll. Right now it says 83% of people believe one more Congress member should sign the discharge bill to force the Epstein files to be released. All right. So I will check that at the end. Now let's go on. That was just some interesting stuff right there. The guy once, made that comment. I don't know what it's like. We're in new ground. I've never heard anyone on TV in my lifetime that's a host of any show suggest to just kill homeless people. And the way that they did it, I don't know if these Fox hosts listen to themselves, listen to their own shows, but when you have a guy sit up there talking about groups of homeless people, he wasn't talking about one. He wasn't just talking about one on the train. He was just talking about homeless people in general. And then the guy after him says, yeah, just euthanize them, just kill them. To me, that sounds like he's talking about all homeless people. And that's a genocidal comment in my view. And I don't see how there's any how you could accept that at all. I don't understand how he can have a job. That he doesn't belong in jail for saying it, but he definitely doesn't need to have a damn job on TV at all, or in the police, FBI, any government agency. Like, really, like, this guy, that's the worst thing you could say, damn near. He really let the beans out there. But in any case, let's continue. Now, on to the other stuff. Let's see here. What we got? Boom. We got hate speech. And we have this idea that hate speech is being promoted by the left, right? And okay, if that was backed up by facts, that could be concerning. But it's not backed up by facts. It's actually quite the opposite. It is the right wing that is promoting hate crimes, and fear across the United States of America. It has been, and it is right now. So let's review
By and
this.
large, saying we all need to turn down the rhetoric. So let's be serious about where this violence is coming from. Of extremist violent attacks in America, extremist violent murders, 76% are from right-wing extremists, 4% are from left-wing extremists. I condemn that 4%, but we also need to be honest about, as a nation, about where this violence is coming from. And oh, by the way, it's probably an appropriate time to talk about guns, too. You hear a lot of conservatives saying, hey, the only thing...
I think Cheeto Dust, you're the clown, because I never said saying Charlie Kirk deserves to die. I never said he deserved to die. I said he didn't deserve to die. I said I don't think he deserved to die. That's someone else. I was reading a comment from someone in the chat. Clown, get your facts straight. And I even said the name of the person. Listen to me. But I did say something else too. I said that I felt sorry for the guy that killed him. That's what I said. Charlie Kirk, I don't think he deserved to die. But this thing about feeling sorry for him, not really. I don't feel sorry for him because he didn't feel sorry for anybody else that was shot and killed, period. He just doesn't. He said it himself. And even innocent people. But I don't think the young man that was 22 should give his life away and take Charlie. I don't think he should take Charlie that serious and waste his life. Now that he's killed him, he's wasted his life. He's going to be in jail the rest of his life now. He's not going to get the death penalty. And it's because of these comments that Kash Patel made and a few others made that was improper. Actually, it's not only Kash Patel. So they won't be able to do that. I doubt it. But he will be in jail the rest of his life. But he blew his own life. He was a young man, 22 years old, and he wasted it on a loser like Charlie Kirk. That's my belief. And that's all I said.
The thing we need to do here is get more guns on the street. That's not going to solve this problem. That's going to make it.
Now, look, so you see the left has been trying to calm this down. Now, look, flip it around. They talking about Charlie Kirk is just saying freedom of speech. Charlie Kirk said freedom, what he called freedom of speech, which is really hate crimes. He went on a countrywide tour saying hateful things about so many different groups. That's like, what do you want to do? That's like rolling the dice. That's like playing Russian roulette, just expecting a bullet not to pop up. Just let me spin the barrel again. Bow. Let me spin the barrel again. Well, Charlie Kirk spun that barrel and it finally said pow, because that's exactly what is going to happen if you play Russian roulette too many damn times. God damn, if you spin the barrel and you got one bullet in the barrel, what do you think? It's not going to come up? I think that's what happened to Charlie Kirk. Now, they said, no, that's just freedom of speech. That's just freedom of speech. Well, here's at Charlie Kirk's vigil. And somebody rode by on a scooter and said, fuck Charlie Kirk. And watch what happened. They didn't believe in freedom of speech then. Watch this. This is embarrassing. They sing an Amazing Grace now because these other people attacked the guy that said "fuck Charlie Kirk." You know, there's one guy on a scooter apparently rode by or a bike and said "F Charlie Kirk," and the mob went after him and beat his ass. They committed crime. They committed violence because someone used their freedom of speech. Right? That's what they did. So I want to know how many people in the chat think what they did was justified given the fact that they were okay with Charlie Kirk saying all the hateful things to people, and then people said he shouldn't get violent. There shouldn't be any violence because of that, which I don't think he should die, but violence, I don't think you could help that by if you're just going around saying hate speech. So I'm just curious. For the people that believe Charlie Kirk didn't need a punch in the nose, at least, I believe that. Don't get me wrong. I believe that he said some hateful shit, and I'm thinking, yeah, punch in the nose, that's nothing, dude. For real, you walking around here saying all of this shit to people, it could be shocking. But murder, kill him? No, 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 no. That's way too much. I believe there's better ways to deal with a dumbass like Charlie Kirk. But this guy. This is at Charlie Kirk's, what is this? What did they call it? Wake or something like that, you know? Yeah, vigil, Charlie Kirk vigil, right? Guy rides by on a bicycle and says, F Charlie Kirk, and the people attack him. So this is what I want to know. If you're of the belief that Charlie Kirk no one should want to even punch him in the face for the hateful things that he said. Because saying fuck Charlie Kirk is hateful. That means I hate you, Charlie Kirk, right? So if you believe Charlie Kirk shouldn't have even gotten a punch in his face, that nothing should have ever happened to him, not even a punch, not even a scratch, what he said is defended by freedom of speech. For you people out there, do you think this guy, do you think he deserved that? So if you, I don't see where I'm getting at with this question. I don't want anybody that is not a fan of Charlie Kirk to respond. I only want Charlie Kirk fans to respond on this one. Do you think that was fair what they did when this guy said fuck Charlie Kirk? If you think it's fair and you're a Charlie Kirk supporter, put a 1 in the chat. If you think this guy deserved to get jumped by this mob for saying fuck Charlie Kirk, put a 1 in the chat. I don't see any ones. Damn, where y'all at, MAGA? Come on. Okay, well, damn, there's some sensible people out here. Okay, damn, what's going on today? I'm like, wow. Oh, by the way, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe so you can know when I'm online. I'm doing these impromptus, maybe twice a day, at least once a day, but possibly twice a day. So I don't see any people that think what happened to that dude getting beat like that for saying fuck Charlie Kirk. I don't see anybody that thinks it was okay. That's interesting. I would not have imagined that. Sure. No, listen, if you agree, just to make it very clear, you don't need to write a sentence if you agree. If you agree with what happened, put a 1 in the chat. That's all you got to do is put a 1 in the chat. If you don't agree, put a 2. I'll put it to you like that. If you agree, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't agree with this, put a 2 in the chat. I'm going to play it back. Well, so far, I don't see anyone's. Yeah, I don't see anyone's, and so I'm gonna take that. Yeah, who's singing? That's the. I think there was what happened. Yeah, let me give a description. That's a good question. That's a good question, Miguel. So thanks, because you're right. I need to describe this scene. What happened was this is Charlie Kirk's vigil. There was people gathering, a lot of people that gathered to his vigil, right, to commemorate him, right. I guess to have some basically some outlet, emotional outlet, right, positive emotional outlet, you could say. And somebody rode up on a bicycle and said "F Charlie Kirk." Yeah, that's what they said. F Charlie Kirk. And people heard that and grabbed the guy and started beating his ass down. As you can see where the flag is, let me try to make that smaller. Okay. Let me you know what I can do? I can turn the audio off when I play this now. So people can actually see while I'm talking. Oops, what the heck? The heck just happened here? Right. All right, let me turn the audio off now. Oh, yes. Here we go. So, and somebody rode by on a bike. They grabbed him. Part of the crowd grabbed him and they started beating him down. Yeah. And I think once people started seeing that, you can see it right now live. It's like a guy somebody tried to break it up. Also, I would say that also happened. But as you can see, the mob is beating his ass, chasing him around. And this is my point. My point is, like I said this the other day, I said, Charlie Kirk, the way they had his security, the fact that, and also the people that support him, the idea that they have in their mind, and basing on how they reacted, the idea that they had in their mind that you can simply go around saying hateful things to people and expect for there to not be some kind of violent reaction in the United States of America, in a place with more guns than any other place per person on earth. If you think you won't get violent reactions, you are living on another goddamn planet. You are crazy. And that's just not a realistic expectation. That is not a realistic expectation in the United States of America. And a lot of the people were like, why is that so unreasonable? It's like people acted like they don't know you living in a country with a lot of fucking guns. And you're living in a country that's not over its past. You're living in a country that's never rectified fully its own history. Working on that legally, but there's a party that's fighting against that, right? And you see that wide open. So that's what the U.S. politics is about. It trying to, one party trying to defy its own history and pretend the history is not there, but my thoughts is that, yo, I'm sorry, you could go to a lot of places. If Charlie Kirk didn't have that security, he would have already been beat up, because he says some hateful things. He just does about a lot of people. He hurts a lot of people that are already wounded. He does. He's a person that stabs out at the meek. Just that simple. People that are fellow citizens like him, he takes a stab at them. And but actually people were like, "Oh no, man, what are you talking about, man? You should be able to say what you want. It's freedom of speech." Okay, well now the roles are reversed. Did the guy who said "F you, Charlie Kirk," that is that freedom of speech? That's more freedom of speech than being there trying to tell a black American, that Martin Luther King wasn't perfect, and that all the things that Charlie Kirk said. He said so many hateful things. If I see a black guy on the airplane, I'm going to be like a pilot. I'm going to be like, damn, did he earn this? Does he really know what he's doing? I mean, this guy was taking. It's so many bad things that he said you can't even remember them. But all this guy did was say F Charlie Kirk. He didn't say F your people. He didn't say F all y'all. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say that. He just said Charlie Kirk, and they beat his ass on the street. So this is the real America. This is the real United States of America. And I'm going to tell you, he's lucky he didn't get shot. That's the United States of America. He is lucky he didn't get shot also for saying F you Charlie Kirk, because people shoot you for less. Remember, Trayvon Martin got shot for less. He got shot for going home, buying some Skittles in his own neighborhood where the fuck he lives. A little boy got shot for buying some goddamn Skittles. So, of course, you can get your ass shot in the United States of America. You can get your ass beat for saying hateful things. It's just obvious to me, which is why people shouldn't have big mouths in the first place. Should learn how to give a little respect, to get a little respect. Should learn how to respect other people you don't know. You see what I mean? But to me, that seems like the logical thing in the country with the most guns per person on earth. Guns designed to kill people, not even animals, just flat out people. You see? So this is what happened, though. This is their reaction. So you mean MAGA people do have feelings? They do have feelings? Oh, wow. I'm so surprised and shocked, because just a few days ago when Charlie Kirk got shot, y'all were like, nobody should have feelings about nothing Charlie Kirk said. You should just sit down, be happy, and be happy. Be happy, Charlie Kirk. Diss your whole existence in the United States of America, your whole group. Be happy about that, y'all. Just be happy. Does it look like they're happy somebody said F Charlie Kirk? It doesn't. It doesn't. It looks like they're very unhappy about it. It looks like they're very unhappy about it. And I understand why. Because that hurts. It hurts when someone says F the person you love and you care about. It hurts if they said that about your people. It hurts if they said that about your ethnic group. It hurts if they said that about your family. It hurts if they said that, right, about your loved one, your lost daughter. It hurts if you lost a family, that hurts. So should it be legal or should it be illegal? If it should be legal, put a 1 in the chat. If it should be illegal, put a 2. Should it be illegal to actually hurt people, to speak hateful things to people, things are obviously hateful in public? Like the guy knew this was a Charlie Kirk. This was not a normal event. He knew this was Charlie Kirk's visual. And he was like, F Charlie Kirk. He knew it. He knew it. So it was on purpose. He was like, man, I'm going to come and I'm going to hurt your feelings today. And they reacted. Damn, this is crazy, man. But any case, this is bizarre. It's also very bizarre to just see how real the United States is. This is the real United States. This is the ass right here. This is the bare ass of the United States of America. This is really what it is. And this is really what it is. This shit is crazy, man. Anyway, I'm sorry I'm laughing, but this shit is. This is the bare ass. The bare ass of the United States of torches. Tiki torch people. You won't replace us. You won't replace us. It's like, God damn, man. Y'all are like living in the fucking Stone Ages. Man, the brains, the brains, the mindset. But the people who did start singing Amazing Grace, I'm gonna go ahead and give them a little credit. I'm gonna give them a little credit because at least they realize, man, we can't act like animals after we said nobody should, hurt Charlie Kirk for being an asshole either. Basically, yeah, this was very interesting. This is very interesting clip right here. All right, sorry about that. I just had to get that out of the way. Now, this is what they say about the brawl. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything in here. They say the brawl broke out, vigil for slain conservative activist Charlie Kirk outside of the Idaho State Capitol just hours after he was assassinated. Okay, so this was just hours. I wonder how many hours. Footage from the Spectator captured the moment members of the crowd began fighting and shoving each other after a man on a bike yelled, "F Charlie Kirk. I'm not condoning violence. Beat his ass," one of the spectators yelled. Oh my God. I mean, that shows even more. That's really interesting right there. That shows even more how people were feeling. I mean, that's really weird. So I'm not condoning violence. Beat his ass. That is, I mean, it doesn't get any more plain than that. It doesn't get any more plain. This is the answer I was looking for. There's people that support Charlie Kirk and all the things he said and would say it was wrong for someone to beat Charlie Kirk's ass. But the other way around, it's right. There's a lot of people that just simply feel that way. If it's you, it's okay. If it's you and you don't like me or someone I love, I get to beat your ass. It's okay when I beat your ass. But when you beat someone I love and care about, that's not okay, is essentially what I wanted to get at. And that statement, it can't be any clearer. I'm not condoning violence. Beat his ass. Okay. So there you have it. So basically, there's no argument. They understand that Charlie Kirk is speaking hate speech. They understand it. This is a pure exhibition of it, because if you will beat somebody's ass just for saying F Charlie Kirk, then why wouldn't you expect a whole group of people to beat your ass when you say fuck their whole history? Fuck who they are as a people. Don't you think they should, this is wild. This is a sad day, actually. This is a sad day. All right, let me see if I can go further. Is there more to this? Yeah, there's more to this. Dylan Anson, a local who attended the vigil, said he helped pull the crowd off the man who yelled an expletive about Kirk maintaining order until the police arrived and broke up the violence. Yeah, that guy's lucky somebody cared about him, or, at least cared about sanity for a second, He's very lucky that somebody did that, because they would have killed his ass, flat out. Okay, let me see here. What is this? What we would get back is being able to have a relationship disagreement where violence is not the option. That would be, I don't understand that, because I don't believe that these are just disagreements. Hate speech is not just a disagreement. Hate speech is when something, excuse me. Hate speech is when it's pretty obvious you're only saying it to hurt someone. That is what hate speech is. When it's pretty obvious, it's hidden under the guise of a debate just so he can actually say the hateful things. But loads of people have already proven to him that the shit he's saying is fake. These Charlie Kirk arguments, they're not really even that complex. They're easily disproven, which is the most pathetic part about it. And he's claiming to want you to debate him, to come with answers, but the reality is it's just a show to make money. It's just a scheme to make money and be a political pawn. And that's what Charlie Kirk was. He was a political pawn. That he realized if he said these things, he could be a success. He would get support from the right. They supported him, helped get him money through his foundation. His life improved. and he took it on the road. It's a show, really. I don't really think that Charlie. And I hate to say this because I know some people are going to be offended, but I myself, for a second, not for 1 second, I don't believe Charlie Kirk believed a lot of that stuff. I believed he knows the shit's phony and that he's making money off of hate, and that there's political people that want him to say that, and it's opportunism. He might be a little ignorant, but anyone could research the things he's saying. He could have researched the things he was saying himself even better. And there's only one reason why you wouldn't do that, because hey, if you know the shit is phony, then it won't help you make money. It won't help you milk the cow, so you have to the more you pretend like you don't know, the more money you make, basically. That's my opinion, though. Let's see here. Let's go to the next one. Boom. Is there anything about this? Nah, that one's done. Let's see here. Okay, let's listen up.
Say, and what is still unclear. What's reported? At a vigil for Charlie Kirk in Boise, Idaho, the Idaho state capital, a man riding a scooter allegedly drove through the gathering and yelled, "Fuck Charlie Kirk." The Daily Beast. After that, according to witnesses, members of the crowd reacted physically. The man was taken off his scooter and assaulted by people in the crowd. The Daily Beast. Some in the crowd, the mob, shouted USA and Charlie Kirk during the altercation. The Daily Beast. What's not confirmed still unclear. Whether law enforcement has officially confirmed all details. Exact words shouted, whether scooter versus bike, etc. There are some variations in descriptions: bike, scooter, lime bike, etc. New York Post, whether the man was seriously injured or what charges, if any, will be brought forward. The Daily Beast, the identity of the man or full context, why he did it, whether it was planned, etc. The Daily Beast.
All right, this is some more on it. Let me see here. Now, wait a second. This one, now we're getting into the next phase here, because now it's just straight up about hate speech and hate crimes in general, not hate speech, but hate crimes. And this idea that the left is, behind all the hate crime in the United States of America. And that's just completely false. But by the way, this shooting happened on the same day Charlie Kirk was shot. And Charlie Kirk has commented after some shootings before, where he expressed having no empathy, not really caring about the victims. Like, he literally believes, if you take him at his word, that, the gun violence, deaths, school shootings, things like this, the church shootings specifically, right, that just happened a few weeks ago, are just, necessary things that happen for the sake of the Second Amendment. And that's it. You know what I mean? That's just one of the things you have to accept. That's the payoff. You know what I mean? So if you have it your way, he'd rather, not do anything to the gun laws to restrict it anymore, right? He'd rather have kids in the school getting killed, than to have any more restrictions on any guns. Like that gun that shot him, he wouldn't even restrict. You know what I'm saying? Like it is crazy. It's crazy. But this shooting happened the same day. And you let me know, is this all over the news in the United States of America? Or is Fox News just Charlie Kirk, Charlie Kirk? It's amazing. It's amazing. It's really amazing. But this happened in Colorado, 16-year-old kid. 16-year-old kid with a gun. In our news wrap Thursday, authorities in Colorado say the 16-year-old who fired multiple shots at a high school was radicalized by an extremist network the British ambassador to the U.S. was fired over his connections to convicted sex trafficker. Damn, this is what? Hold on. What's going on here? How is this mixed up? In the news wraps Thursday, authorities in Colorado say the 16-year-old who fired multiple shots at a high school was radicalized by an extremist network, the British ambassador to the U.S. Okay. That's what the British ambassador to the U.S. said. What? Or hold on. The British ambassador to the U.S. was fired over his connections to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. More than 300 South Korean. Okay, what is this? Something mixed up? Okay, that's what I got. This is my fault, y'all. I'm sorry. What's going on here? Oh, the transcript is not there. That's what it is. Okay. Sorry, that was a little confusion. Right, the transcript was not there. So next, here we go. This is the real story. Okay. Sorry about that. I just got a little confused reading it because I know there was more to read. But let's see here. Okay. Shooter dead. Damn, two other students hospitalized after the shooting at Colorado High School. So he's a 16-year-old and he's dead now. This is tragic. It's tragic. Okay. Yeah, shooter dead in Colorado. A student who authorities, damn, I'm sorry, it's the screen I'm reading. The authorities say opened fire at his Colorado high school on Wednesday, wounding two classmates and then turning the gun on himself. Okay, so he killed himself. Damn. Has died according to the local sheriff's department. Damn, I'm almost cringing reading this shit, to be honest with you. 16-year-old, that's so sad. Gunfire at Evergreen High School broke out at about 12:24 p.m. local time, according to the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. Three students were taken to the hospital. Oops, did that skip? Three students were taken to the hospital in critical condition following the gunfire, including the suspected shooter who was injured by a self-inflicted gunshot wound, the sheriff's office said. The sheriff's office confirmed the suspect died in a post on social media. Okay, authorities have not publicly released his identity. One of the wounded students with non-threatening injuries was released Wednesday night, with the second wound student remaining in critical condition, the hospital officials told. Wow. The hospital remaining, okay, damn. Did it not move already? Okay, here we go. Yeah, actually, this is really sad. The fourth student was also transported to the hospital, but with an unknown injury, authorities said on Wednesday. In a statement, Colorado Governor Jared Polis said he was devastated by the shooting. Okay, my heart goes out to the victims and let me see here, and their families as they grapple with the senseless act of violence, Polis said. After the shooting, the school was placed in a lockdown and officials swept the campus. Okay, all right, to see if they got more weapons or there's another shooter or anything like that. This is the scariest thing. Oops, did I go too far? This is the scariest thing that ever happened, said Jefferson County Sheriff's spokesperson Jackie Kelly at a what? Let me see here. Wow, I actually got stunned just by reading this, man. This is crazy. Kelly says she could not provide any other details about the suspected shooter, including suspect's age or gender. I don't know if our suspect is even old enough to drive, Kelly said. She said authorities were seeking a warrant for the student's home and locker. The sheriff's office said the suspect was armed with a revolver handgun. Okay. That's so sad. Okay. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives also responded to the scene. Yeah. What else? Okay. FBI Director Kash Patel said the FBI was aware of the tragic situation unfolding near Denver, with the officials providing full support to the local authorities to ensure everyone Everyone's safe. After the shooting, hundreds of police officers were on the scene searching each room on the campus according to, okay, come on there. Let's get to the rest of it. I'm trying to get to the part where they talk about he was radicalized. Give me some more about that. I mean, what's up with that? Okay. After the shooting, hundreds of police officers were on the scene searching each room campus. According to the law enforcement, parents were asked to reunite the students at nearby Bergen Meadow. Okay. La la la. Is that it? Isn't that more than this? Nope. Okay. So where's the next one? Okay. Wow. Wait a second. So, they said he got radicalized. Now let me see here. Let me just open this one up. Colorado shooting. Let's see here. 16. Yeah. 2 seconds. I don't think I pulled this up, but here we go. It says, what is this? 16-year-old, right. 16-year-old Desmond Holly opened fire at Evergreen High School in Colorado, injured 2 other students before dying by a self-inflicted gunshot wounds. Authorities say he had been radicalized by some extremist network. His online activity included white supremacist and neo-Nazi views, fascination, and past mass shootings, including Columbine, and the post on sites and forums with violent content. Okay, well, let me just open this up. Posted online about mass shootings and neo-Nazi views. Okay, so this is AP News, and it says here, oh wow, what is this? Right, AP News said, okay, Denver school shooting suspect posted online about mass shootings and neo-Nazi views. Report says here. Now, a teenager suspected of shooting. Okay, let me just go down. I already know this, but okay. Since December, Desmond Holly, 16, had been active on an online forum where users watch details online because I don't want anybody else to locate these specific places. But let me ask y'all this: as I pull up this other data to illustrate, what's going on with white supremacy and hate crime in the United States of America. I mean, it's hate crime. It doesn't have to be just white supremacy hate crime. It could be other kinds of hate crime too, right? But 2 seconds. Why isn't this working? Okay, there it is. Sorry about that. It's slowing down a little. Now, this is some data. Now, I don't know who in their right mind in the United States of America, because it's pretty conclusive. I don't know who would actually think doing the most crime in the United States of America. There is simply no data that exists that suggests that. So right now, I want y'all to tell me, this data on the screen, is this data close to being precise, or is this data imprecise? One or the other. I hope you can type those words. You can just say precise or imprecise. That's good enough. Good or bad. What say you about this data? Here it says might is right. Okay, U.S. criminal cases involving political violence by ideology. The black marker is the a guilty verdict. Also, the light gray is other. So that's a mixture of just all kinds of stuff that is maybe of smaller brackets. The gray is the Islamists, right? And period. And here you have the years 1990. You know, hate crime has increased now over the years also. Look at this. But damn, 2019 was a lot of right wing extremist crimes. Yeah, so let me ask you something. Very simple. Who is doing the hate crimes in the United States? Don't worry, I know crime. I just want to get a sense of what these people think. I know I would be expecting that somebody would have some data to disprove this data, but that doesn't always work out. But you tell me, is it the left? And all you have to do is type left or right. Is it the left that's doing? All right, here we go. I'm back. Sorry about that. I got thrown out of this thing. Now, let me see here. It says politically motivated killers and their victims by domestic partisan ideology. All right. So people can see here the data is pretty conclusive. The data is pretty conclusive. You know, people can argue about the numbers, but I have seen no data that suggests anywhere close to the left is committing the majority of hate crimes. No, actually, the left is committing very few. It's actually the right that is committing most of the hate crimes, actually, most of them. They are the majority. They take up the majority. I mean, you could add everybody else together and all those other groups together, including the other, would essentially be the same as the right wing altogether. And I don't know myself if, of course, I'm not really sure. There's some other data points that I would like to go to myself just to get a more, more qualification to some of these numbers. Of course, I actually think there's obviously going to be a lot of it out there. But so far, even the right wing places that keep data on this seem to think that and believe that actually most of the hate crime, the largest group committing the hate crimes, are white men also, and that is something for people to think about, and to pay attention to, even though I think, ultimately, I don't think, I believe hate is hate myself. But at the same time, is this coming up on the screen or what? Man, I'm having a problem with this, y'all. I'm sorry about this, but for some reason, okay, it said it doesn't exist. Okay, that's what it was. So I missed that. Okay. But there seems to be a lot of, there seems to be a lot of hate crime here in the U.S. And obviously, a lot of it is the right wing. The most of it is the right wing, you know. And I don't know. At one point, I thought it might be interesting to hear, who thinks is doing more. But the data speaks for itself. The data speaks for itself, and it is what it is. People, if they want to change and do better, they will do better. If they don't, then they won't. And but me myself, I find that these kind of problems, the people that are caught up mostly in these kind of shenanigans are people that don't have something better to do with their time. You know, going around pointing fingers, trying to figure out, trying to make it seem like one group of people is the problem for all the problems in the world, or all the problems in your country, is ridiculous, especially when you're doing it from your own corner, you know. And most people do that. Most people are not traveling around, even living. I mean, let me ask y'all this: for the people that lived in the United States of America, right? If you don't mind sharing this, for the people that live there, the American citizens, on average, how many how many states does one citizen ever live in their lifetime in the United States, or ever travel to? I mean, how often do people travel all through the United States, you know, the average American citizen, to even see what other parts of the country are like? I mean, how many of you have traveled within the United States of America to other regions, right, where you don't come from? How many of you have done that? I'm just curious, because I've traveled to the Midwest. I've traveled up and down the East Coast. I've traveled even further, South America, Canada, Europe, right, myself. But more importantly, inside of the U.S., I mean, I've gone to some rural areas in the South, some in the West, you know, Appalachia, right? Also some rural towns in the North, you know, extreme North. So I've seen a good variety of people. Also the cities, obviously. New York is like my second home too, outside of this place where I live now, Copenhagen, Denmark. New York used to be my second home before I lived abroad, right? And you know, I've seen a lot of people, and I got, you know, my feeling and my sense is that people actually, sadly enough, they're not as different as they think they are, and behave very similarly. Example, where we started today, and I'm about to shut down. People were saying that Charlie Kirk, they don't understand why people will react violent to Charlie Kirk, that it's just freedom of speech. And then immediately after, during his vigil, somebody came by on a bike and said, F Charlie Kirk, and they jumped his ass and beat him right in the middle of the street. A mob. That right there tells you that these people are not too different. They're not too different. Anybody would get upset. It doesn't matter if you're talking about an Asian American, a white American, African American, any other kind of American. All those ethnic groups get mad when you talk about their people. They all do. All of them do, because they're all proud of who they are. And, you know, for me, it shows me right there that the real trouble is the people that try to make trouble. That's the real trouble, because the more you know Americans, if you know anything about it, you know they all proud. They all got different things, and they're all not different. All Americans, again, I'll say this, eat a certain kind of bread. All Americans like a certain kind of drink. I mean, they all need to have a safe home, health care, education, all of the same shit. But yet somehow, you know, there's this division and this blame about who did what and who is this and who's better. You know, yeah, that's so sad to see a wealthy, the world's wealthiest nation on earth and the wealthiest nation to ever exist have this kind of behavior, poor behavior, you know, behavior to have to talk down to somebody else. Yeah, behavior to have just somebody else to talk down to make yourself feel better, you know. Yeah, and I don't know if y'all really know me, but actually I feel really, really bad watching this stuff. You know, I think if you knew me well, you would be able to hear it on my voice. Actually, I don't actually feel nice right now listening to this. So yeah, and thinking about this stuff, it's actually very, very sad. I feel sorry for my country, and I'm more so than embarrassed. I'm really saddened. I'm really saddened. I really think these MAGA people, they showed the world their bare ass, and they showed they don't give a damn about anything or anybody. And that's hard to look at. That's hard to look at. I hope it changes. If it doesn't change, hey, I always say, you know, I got health care, I got access to, universal education myself. I live outside of the US. I'm a proud American, but hey, I'm not a stupid one. So, on that note, I'm out, and I really hope things change. Big up to the people in Congress that are fighting the real fight. I really hope at any moment we could get one more congressional member to sign that discharge bill so that those Epstein files can come out. It's 217 that signed it. They only need one more, y'all. Just one more. And they can force the release of all the Epstein files. So I really hope that happens. And the people who have signed it, kudos to you. The ones who haven't signed it, be damned with you. Like, you are total hypocrites, and you are also protectors of people who assault young girls. And but big up to those people fighting that fight. Big up to the people that want civility. Big up to the people that want civility, and the people that understand we're all the same. Everybody deserves the same level of respect. Big up to those people, because those are the people that's actually going to, further the United States of America and the country, and save it from, these folks that have it right now and don't really care what anybody thinks. So on that note, I'm out. I'll catch up with y'all. Peace. Release the Epstein files. You could do it if you want to.